Hey everyone, welcome to a new video. Welcome to Floating in Dreams. This is my Shop My Stash for the month of February. I skipped January because I wasn't really wearing any makeup in all of December, and this month I feel ready to change out my drawer again. So the series is back. We're going to be talking about all of the products that I used in the past 2 months, how I feel about them, like doing some mini reviews and all that. And then we're going to go into my drawers and select some new products to try in the month of February. So let's get started. Welcome if you're new here, welcome if you're a returning visitor. Thank you so much for clicking on my video today. I really appreciate you taking the time out of your day to watch another one of my videos. I am a YouTuber who always does Shop My Stashes every single month, usually, because I really like getting the use out of my products. Sure, I love trying out new eyeshadow palettes. I love trying out Essence and Catrice stuff, but I don't really see myself as a review channel. I tend to, like, this is where I really like getting stuck into products and trying to get the use out of them, using them up, and really sort of trying things out and then let you know how I feel about it. And my Shop My Stash series is very much a part of that whole spiel that I've got going on here on this channel. So as per usual, we're going to be starting to talk about the things I've used up and were in the drawer before first, and then we're going to go into the drawers and select everything. So something that is new is a hairband, because I got a haircut and I just found that the little hair clips that I usually use these duckbill, I believe that's what they're called, these like hair clips. I usually use those, but this has just been a little bit more practical, so I just got some from Primark on sale. So that's in there now. Then in here in the back, I've got a little section with the setting spray I'm currently using. This is the Pretty Fresh one from ColourPop. I've only used it once or twice. I like it enough so far, but I did indeed use up my Clean ID setting spray from Catrice. Didn't like this very much because it had a really bad spritzer, like it would just attack your face. This is much more of a gentle mist, so I much more prefer that. But it does smell very much of coconut, which I'm not sure I'm a fan. But this can go into my use up pile. And I used up both mascaras that I was using, so that's why I do have some replacements going on there. So this was the new Essence Lash Princess Curl and Volume, so they came out with a purple version, as you can see. I still like the green tube Lash Princess much better than this, so this hasn't beaten that. And my usual topper mascara is always the Catrice Glam and Doll Waterproof. This, if you don't want your lashes to be clumpy, this is the mascara that you need to try. And finally, we have the Revolution Pro Eyebrow Pencil. I don't remember what shade this was in, but I used that up as well. It was nice enough, nothing too special. I don't feel that passionate about brow products, to be quite fair. So this can go in there. My MAC Fix Plus, I've used it a couple of times. I have this brush in here for like eyeliner, eyebrow stuff. And it's double-sided, so I just leave it in here. Lip balm is almost gone. My eye primers are still going strong, so I'm still using the Milani. My MAC Paint Pot is still going strong, because I only started using it in the fall time. You can now see that I've smudged it a little bit. And my Vanilla eyeshadow is also still going strong. So actually, what happened to this is that it has a chunk missing, and ever since it's been breaking apart like this, I feel it's gotten a little bit better, because what I was struggling with this one was that it was very dry, and I continuously scraped off a little bit of the top to be able to keep using it, and now it seems I've gotten to a point where the eyeshadow functions again, so I haven't had to scrape it in a while, which is good. Then over here, the brow products I'm currently using. So these I put in because I used up the other one. This is the Brow Pen Pro from Catrice. And this is one of those like triangular shaped brow pencils, which far has my preference. And I think even if I run out of this product, I'm going to keep it around, because this little brush, I'm not sure if you can see that. It's like a toothbrush, but it works really well for combing your brows. So I really like that. And then, as I had predicted, the Clean ID Brow Gel, which is just a clear brow gel, is nice enough. But because I use this after I use my brow pencil, it is starting to look a little bit grubby. So I'm not sure how long I'm going to be using this for. Very often I don't use up brow gels because they go bad on me really quickly. So I hope this is going to last, but we'll see. New mascaras, a new Glamandol, and one of my favorites, the Falsies Lash Lift from Maybelline. And then the area of this drawer that always gets changed out the most is the face drawer that I always put together. So I've got my Essence primer in here still, the Hello Good Stuff primer serum. I thought I could use this up really quickly, but I still have about like a third left. So this is not going as fast as I thought, so I don't need to select a new primer because I'm still not doing my makeup as regularly as I normally would. I normally do my makeup like 6 days out of the week. I'm currently down to like once, twice, maybe 3 times if it's like a good week. So I'm not wearing makeup as often, but I do feel ready to change some things out. Another thing I'm going to be taking out of the drawer is the Ordinary's Serum Foundation. This is one that I wanted to use up, and about like, again, about a third to halfway of this is still left, but I was trying to use this up towards the end of the year and I didn't manage to do that. But what's going on with this is that the shade is too dark at the moment. So this is currently not working for my winter skin. So I'm going to take that out of the drawer. I'm going to go back to it towards the end of this year and give it another go to see if I can use it up. The other 2 foundations that are in here, these 2 are going to stay because I haven't used them enough to review them yet, and I still have these 2 to try, as well as another one which we will be selecting to add to the drawer in a minute, to sort of do a review on these and know what I think of these, so that I can do a video rounding up the 10 foundations that I tried in 2021, because I already selected these in December. I have used the Kiko Insta Moisture foundation like once or twice so far. I really like it, really like the shade. This is in 1R. But the Dior Forever Natural Nude Foundation in 0N, I really haven't had a chance to really play around with. So I really want to focus on trying some foundations this month so I can do that review for you. Also going back in until I've used it up is the Skin Loving Sensitive Mineral Powder from Essence. We're getting down. Like, there's a lot of pan here. And I bought 3 backups of this because this powder has been discontinued. And I was able to find 3 still left in store. And this is my favorite powder at the drugstore at the moment. Not even like favorite powder at the drugstore. I think it's one of my favorite all-time powders, period. I really, really like it. So I know I won't be out of this because I did buy myself some backups. Also going back in is the Stay Natural Concealer from Essence. This guy is actually quite nice, but it doesn't have that much product. And I'm actually thinking I'm already running out of this, so I will be selecting a new concealer. 2 products that I still need to review as well, because I haven't really been keeping up to date with my blog reviews this time around. But the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Flawless Bronzer, so that's what it's called, in Fair. This has been my go-to all month. Like, whenever I've been wearing bronzer, all I want to use is this. I really, really like it. It's just a really, really good one. So this bronzer is sad to put it back in the drawer, but I want to try something else. And then the Milani bronzer is one that I also had in here, and I like it enough, but I don't think it is my favorite per se. I far prefer the Charlotte Tilbury over this one, so I'm going to be putting a new bronzer in here. We've got some blushes here. So Lola from Nabla is lovely. Not the kind of shade I gravitate towards this time around though. Like, this time of year I like something a little bit differently, so I'm going to be selecting some of my favorite winter blushes, I'm sure. And then Kiko's Shade Fusion blush in 05 Marsala. I love this guy, so this is again going to go back into the drawer. I will select it again at some point. And then the M Cosmetics blush in Venetian Rose is really lovely. I dislike the packaging so much, but it is a lovely blush. And finally, for highlighters, I went with some old favorites. This is NARS's Fort de France. Definitely got some more use out of that. If I wanted a warm toned highlighter, I went with this. And the Fenty Beauty Killawatt highlighter in Fire Crystal is the one I use the most. This is the one I was using if I wanted to go for something a bit more cool toned. And you can see I've got a nice bit of pen right there. So welcome to the top drawer where I keep all of my like face products. This is massive, I know. in March, we're gonna do a makeup declutter because this is getting out of hand. But I promised you we will be selecting another foundation to try, and one of the foundations that I bought in 2021 but haven't tried yet is the Estee Lauder Futurist Hydra Rescue foundation. I have this in the shade, I can't read it because it's too bright, 1N0 Porcelain. And this seems like a really nice foundation, but it may be a bit too dark for me. So we're gonna try it, give it a whirl. Now for concealer, which is over here, I actually did buy a couple of new things that I may want to try. Or do I want to use something up? I think I'm going to go with the use up route, because this guy, which is from L'Oreal, this is the Perfect Match Concealer in 1RC. I've used quite a bit of it and it seems to be going bad, so I do want to use that. Then over here for primer, as I said, we don't really have to pick anything else. We don't have to pick another setting spray. That's all good. For powder, I definitely want to go in with the Kiko powder, and I just want to use this more once the essence is used up. But I'll just keep it up here so that I can give it more of a whirl. For bronzer, is this the right shade? Yes, I just got myself the lighter version of the Holiday Skin Bronzer from Catrice, so now I want to use it a bit more. I already put this on my face once and I really liked it. This is in the shade 010 Summer in the City. And then for highlighter, I know I need to use this. This is the Gifted highlighter from Kaleidos, and this is their newest multi-chrome, and I just got it. And I've pretty much used all of my other highlighters, so these two are new as well from Catrice. And something you can expect from me to happen later this month, I think it may actually be up next week, it's going to be my entire highlighter, and over here in the corner, which you can't really see, I've got some face palettes. So I'm going to be showing you all of those products this month. So if you want to know what else I've got going on, you want to see swatches, then stay tuned for that video. So we've got one highlighter, but since that one's quite out there, I think I want to go in with something a bit more wearable. One of my favorite, very underrated highlighters. This is Hourglass's, what's it called again? This is their Ambient Strobe Lighting Powder in Iridescent Strobe Light. And this is great if you want something a bit more subtle. So then I've got two highlighters that I might want to try. I'm going to go in with the Etude House Lovely Cookie Blusher in, what's the shade? Lavender Lemon Macaron. Because this, if I'm going to be pale enough to get away with a shade, it's going to be now. So this kind of shade, and I think it will be pretty with the Kaleidos highlighter. So we're going in with the Holika Jelly Dough Blusher. This is in the shade Rose Jelly. I really love this shade. It's really nice and neutral. So then we've got a neutrally pink shade. We've got something very light and like icy for those kind of moments. I want something super glowy as well. I'm gonna go in with this guy here. This is the Melt Digital Dust Blush in, is this called Honey? Raw Honey, that's what it's called. That's a really nice mauve blush, but very shiny. So that will be pretty for this season, I'm sure. So then we've selected everything from this drawer, I'm sure. So we've got foundation, we've got a concealer, we know what powder and all that. We've got the cheek products down, but I'm going to be starting a new part in this Shop My Stash. So let me show you. Welcome to the second drawer in my storage unit. And here we have a lot of eye products that aren't necessarily palettes, including my single shadows. And a new element I want to implement in this Shop My Stash is me selecting a few singles that I would like to get more use out of in the upcoming month. So on top of what other palettes I'm using, I want to build myself a small curated palette to sort of decide just to get more use out of this, because I don't really go into my singles all that often. I should do more often. So that's why today we're just gonna go with 4 shades, because I know I'm not using makeup all that often right now. So I have this little Nabla palette, and I'm just going to select a few shades to put in there. Now if you have ideas of what shades you want me to try, then let me know. I just showed you my entire singles collection, so if you don't know what's going on here, definitely watch that video. I'll put it in the description box down below. But I sort of want to make this part interactive. And then next month, when we do the next Shop My Stash, I can show you some of the looks that I created with some of the singles I selected. I thought I could do that too. So let me know how you feel about that, and if you have suggestions on palettes to build or inspiration to use, please let me know. Okay, so here we go. This is my little quad that I have selected for this month. So this is Sydney Grace's Officer, this is Cleona Shroom, this is Sydney Grace's Dive, and this is MAC's Soft Brown. So it's a little bit cool toned, and then these two shades both have a bit of warmth to them. And my reasoning for these two mattes is that I could use Officer to deepen something up if I'd like to, but that I can use Soft Brown to either warm this up or soften it a little bit. So start with this in the crease and just blend a little bit of this in, so that I can use these two mattes to really sort of customize the shade I want. And then just something really nice and bright. And then this guy is just a fun like blue with a gold shimmer. Let me give these a swatch for you. So there you have it on the back of my hand. So that is Shroom, which is like a nice like taupey shimmer. And then Officer is quite gray toned, so I felt that it might be too gray, but it would be nice with the blue. Like I think topping the blue over the gray may be nice, and then Soft Brown can really tie the palette together. That's the way I've sort of planned it out. So I've got myself a little 4 pan. So let's put everything back into the drawer, and let me tell you about some of the lipsticks, as well as some of the eye products that I'm still going to be trying out this month. So let me chat to you about some eyeshadow palettes that I know I will be using, because I am planning to do at least one 10 palette review this month as well. And there's still a couple of things I need to try out before I can sit down and film that video for you. So I'm currently trying out the Urban Decay Naked Cyber. This is the one that I already used once so far. I believe I used this shade, this peachy shade, I think this one, maybe this one as well. So maybe these two, I'm not entirely sure. And I still want to do a look that features that intense like orangey shade. And then I thought I would have sort of like these shades left, and sort of like these two with that, and maybe this one. I thought that could be pretty. So I've got a couple of shades in here that I've already used, but I think I want to do 2 more looks with this. And then a palette that I have already used, but I seem to have misplaced the pictures for the look that I did with the Naked Mini 3. So that's why I needed to use this again, so I can show you the pictures in my 10 palette review video. I seem to have just not saved these pictures onto my hard drive. So I need to do a look yet again with this, which I don't mind because I really like this. But that's one I've already tried out. And then in that 10 palette review video, I will also be featuring the 2 palettes I have from Unique Beauty. This is a UK indie brand. I believe these came from the same collection. So this is their Pamper Me and their Bubble Time palettes. And the shimmers in this just look insane. So these 2, look at this greeny one. I think that looks stunning. So I can't wait to play with these. And once I've tried all of this out, I can do another 10 palette review for you. So I'm really looking forward to that. And if you saw my new makeup releases video, then I showed you what I got in January. And I got 2 of these little tins from Kaleidos to try out their Cloud Play lip clays. So I definitely want to have fun and play around with these throughout the month, so that hopefully, not next month, but April, I believe, I've got it now planned for, so I can do a full lip swatch video for you and sort of tell you more about these shades. But yeah, if you see me wearing teal lipstick at some point in a video this month, it may be because I'm trying out some Kaleidos lipsticks. So I got their black, their intense purple, their teal, and a light, like a dirty lilac. I believe this is called Mercury, Agave, Queen of the Night, and Scorpio. So that's the fun shades. And then I also got some more regular shades in the red tin. I got a couple of their reds and pinks. So I've got Wild Apple, Cactus Flower, Rubio. No, this is Rubio. And this, I forgot what it's called. Let me see. Oh, Rubino, sorry. Rubino, and this guy is Dahlia. Yeah, because that was like an intense red as well. So the only thing I didn't buy was any of their nudes or like really standard reds that I have a million times over in my collection. I definitely went with their more unique shades. So those I want to try out this month to see if I like them. What did I wear in terms of lipsticks? Well, a lot of my Lisa Eldridge ones, of course. I also used the Maybelline Lifter Gloss in, what's the shade? Oh, Moon 003. I didn't like this. These glosses have gotten quite a lot of hype, but I put it on and I wasn't a fan. So just to try it out a bit more. But yeah, that's definitely one that I'm probably going to declutter. And other than that, I tried out a lot of rosy toned eyeshadow palettes because I wanted to do my rosy mauve toned ranking in January. And so some of those palettes are going to come up in my 10 palette review as well. So if you want to know what palettes I was trying out apart from these ones so far, then definitely stay tuned for that 10 palette review video because that's coming. So that's my Shop My Stash for February. Thank you very much for joining me today, and I hope you want to be back here for some more content. I film 3 videos a week, so I hope you like to stay tuned for more, and I hope to see you in my next video. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.